Tally Teeters, Tally Teeters, Tally Teeters, it's Tally. Tally Teeters, Tally Teeters, Tally Teeters. He's pissed off now. Right, okay, good boy. Hello, it's John Webb, scotchsci-fi.co.uk, or scotchsci-fi.com. That was Talisker. You can follow me on Twitter at DVD Blake. You can follow him on Twitter as at Talisker_Ginger. You can't friend him on Facebook, but you can me. You can't follow his YouTube channel, but you can me. You can't make a fuss of him, but I can. He's Talisker, and I'm John. And welcome to the Game of Thrones conclusion, which is going to be incorporated by a little mini review of something called Weichen Walker. White Walker. This is the first of the Game of Thrones whiskies that came out. Not the set, it's just another one. I'm not a fan, I've got to be honest. I'll keep it brief as far as the review is concerned, because I've already said what I think about it. It's nice to stick in the freezer because this is like a cold reactive... let's go. This is a cold reactive sleeve on the bottle. Stop doing that. And you get a nice message along the side. It says winter's coming. And he gets all like glowy blue eyes and stuff. And that's why I got the bottle, because I just wanted to stick it in the freezer and see what it looked like. And it does look nice. It's a good little gimmicky gimmick. But it's a blended Scotch whiskey. It's 41.7%. I don't know why that is. I haven't poured one yet, so we'll do that now. Drink responsibility. Don't have too much. It's a blended Scotch. It's White Walker blended Scotch limited edition. It's not that bloody limited. There's millions of bottles, but anyway, it was a great. It's a damn good tie-in, and it's good business sense and all the rest of it. So fair play to them and all that. As a whiskey's concerned, it's not meant for me. It's not meant for us. The chances are, if you're watching this, this isn't meant for you to drink as a sipping whiskey. Okay? As a Game of Thrones fan, it's very nice to put in the freezer and have a look at the winter's coming message. But other than that, it's just not for us. There's hardly anything on the nose. They recommend putting it in the freezer, and all us whiskey fans know if you put whiskey in the freezer, it generally closes things up. Well, when it's out of the freezer and in a room temperature, there's not an awful lot there to begin with. This is basically meant as, it's kind of like, I'm going to unfairly probably say these kind of things, but I think it's more made as an alternative to vodka. It's meant for mixing. It's meant for sticking in your soda, your tonic, your ginger beer, your all the rest of it. It's meant for that. And it's fine as that. In all fairness, I've had it in ginger and it's okay. As a sipping whiskey, it's not. It's either very close or there's not a lot there. This is the third video back to back, so it won't help, obviously. There's an extremely light element of white fruit. There might be a tiny little bit of peach. There's most definitely grain. It's grain heavy, very grain heavy, this whiskey. By grain, I mean it's kind of like a one step up from vodka, slightly matured vodka. I don't mean to be disrespectful, it's just that's what I'm getting. It reminds me of Hague Club. Okay. Being fair, there is a bit of fruit in there. It's gentle, it's leveled, it's not intensive fruit flavour. It's just there. There's a lot of grain in the background. There's a little bit of vanilla. There's a lot of that kind of popcorny, kind of salted popcorn, kind of sweet corny thing going on. It's actually not quite as bad as I remember it, which is surprising me. on the palate anyway, on the nose there's just nothing. It's not when you've got when there's so many other whiskies that are just a few quid more. Okay, let's put it into picture here. That's like 33 quid a bottle. White Walker's 33 quid a bottle. When Green Label is on offer, okay, it's normally a bit more. It's normally like around 38, 40 quid, I think. But when Green Label's on offer at Amazon or supermarket, it's 30 quid. Green Label's fantastic. Black Label is fantastic compared to this. And cheaper at a retail price, let alone when it's on offer, when it's like 22 quid or whatever. I won't say anything about the Aldi whiskey. Is it Aldi or Lidl? Lidl. They're all the same to me. Sorry, supermarket racist. I've been drinking. It's crap. Oh, it's not crap. Wrong word. To me, it's not particularly special. To somebody who wants to mix this with ginger beer, it's perfectly fine. If I were going to mix this with ginger beer, I will be drinking this. I'm not going to chuck it down the sink. Anyone who chucks whiskey down the sink is just out for clickbait. It's not purposeful. Even I've got, I mean, it's got an inch of dust on it, but I do have it here. I've not drank a lot, in all fairness, but it's here. I did buy it myself. You know, it is here. It's got an inch of dust on it. It's been open for a few years. It's had bugger all taken out of it, but it's here. You know, it's still here because I don't like it. Maybe I should... I'll use it constructively. I won't stick it down the sink. Anyway, I'll do some cleaning. Sorry. But again, it's not for us. That's the point. It's for other people. That's for swanky cocktail people, and this is for drinking with mixers. Anyway, right, I'll stop ranting on about this because this wasn't the point of this video. This is supposed to be a conclusion video. Oh, why am I drinking this shit? Yeah. Sorry, it's not, I'm joking. In conclusion of the 8 whiskey set of Game of Thrones with discount, ignore White Walker. It's better than I thought it was. But still, not patched on any of the others. So, in conclusion, now I've got to rely on memory. There's a split down the middle of that set. There's your Dalwhinnie, your Cardiff, your Singleton of Glendullan, and something else. Oh, my mind's gone a blank. That's ridiculous. Cardiff, Singleton of Glendullan, Dalwhinnie, and the other one. You know what I mean. Oh man. Oh man, I'm not going to record this again. Yeah, there's 4. The 4 sort of introductory kind of ones is what I want to... Royal Lochnagar! Right, Royal Lochnagar 12. The perfectly easy drinking 4-pack. The ones that are suitable for anyone and everyone who is new to whiskey, who's never tried a whiskey before in their life. Try your Cardiffs, try your Dalwhinnies, try your Singleton of Glendullan, and Royal Lochnagar 12, actually really nice, surprisingly so big, but I never had it before, so it was I had lower expectations and they were met and exceeded. So you've got that half. Then you've got the other half, which is your Oban, not Oban, Oban, your Clynelish, your Lagavulin, and your Talisker. And they're the sort of like higher expectation whiskies. And in all fairness, by the seam of the availability online, the Talisker and the Lagavulin, there's shed loads of it. And the Clynelish and the Oban, there's not so much of. Now, Oban's great. It was really, really nice whiskey. Bit expensive at £65 a bottle, but it was perfectly drinkable and enjoyable. And yeah, very, very, very pleased with what the result of the liquid. Talisker. Talisker was Talisker, and that was both the brilliance and the badness of it, because it was brilliant because it's Talisker and Talisker's awesome, but the trouble is it didn't really advance things. As a whiskey drinker who's used to drinking Talisker, it didn't advance things. Now as a newbie, as somebody who's into Game of Thrones predominantly and not whiskey, that's a great whiskey to have, and it will really show if they like peat in that kind of sense, and you know, it's a great introductory Talisker. It's better than the introductory Talisker, which I would call Talisker Sky. I think it's better than that. Lagavulin, wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Lovely, just has that Lagavulin character, and you know, it's just a pleasure to drink. I'm really looking forward to it. I've seen some labels online of upcoming releases, and there's a Ron Swanson, I think 11-year-old release coming up. And Ron Swanson, if you don't know, do a bit of Googling, do a bit of YouTube searches. His character on Parks and Recreation. Say a character, he's kind of like, he is actually the guy who, my brain's gone dead. It's Ron Swanson, but the actor. Did they actually say it's a Ron Swanson version or the actor's name version? I think they said it's the actor's name version, and now I'm really embarrassed that I can't remember him. But he won't watch this anyway, so whatever. But I'm looking forward to that one because, yeah, he's infamous for sitting in a chair and just sitting there for like 2 hours and just taking the occasional sip and all that kind of shit. And yeah, anyway. And the Kleinish is just the stunning star of the show. The Kleinish is amazing. I love it. Love it. It's incredibly tasty. It's Kleinish, and you know what? Okay, it's not got the punchy characteristics, the smack in your face peat that Lagavulin has, but it's a beautiful, long drawn out, flavoursome drinking dram, which is just full of flavour. It's got the character, it's got the waxiness, the fruitiness, the lemons, the just lemon drop sugar, lemony kind of like, oh god. I like that kind of stuff at the moment. I probably won't in a few months' time. I'll be back on the peat or sherry drams. That's one thing that's probably missing out of the whole set, is like a really hefty sherry dram. But you know, they're few and far between nowadays, and sherry casks are expensive and notoriously unstable as far as well, that's probably the wrong word, but you can get more. The percentage probability of you getting good quality out of a sherry cask versus a bourbon cask is a higher risk factor, shall we say? And plus, sherry casks nowadays are hard to come by. Good ones anyway. They're all created for purpose. They're all seasoned nowadays. But that's another long story that you just Google online sherry cask seasoning in whiskey, and you'll get lots of opinions and lots of stuff. I'm not going to cask opinions, I'm going to drink whiskey and tell you if I like it or not. And that's it! Done, dusted. I like doing these videos, I'm going to do a few more. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, just, I don't care. Sorry, it's the wrong attitude. Feel free, comment below, yeah? And let me know what you'd like to see, what you wouldn't like to see. You're not going to see that. And yeah, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, friend me on Facebook, do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm just going to do this because I want to. Don't like it, don't look. If you do, look. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone. I'll try not to swear, but at the same time, I might. Cheerio!